and they have some talented kids from around the Pac-12 footprint. So we will talk to coaches about that. But right now, we're going to get into the recruit video so you can meet the recruits for yourself.
What's happening, Cal family? It's Miles Williams from Bishop Alamany High School out of Mission Hills, California. I just wanted to say I couldn't be more excited to come up and join the Cal family next year, be able to call myself a Bear. I'm going to see y'all soon, and I can't wait to get it going up in Berkeley. Go Bears.
Hey Cal fan, this is Ryan Lang from Pitt High in Pittsburgh, California. Hope you guys are as excited as I am for this upcoming year. Let's get it rolling.
Cal fans, it's your boy Fatih Yusufa from Melanie High School, straight from Moy. Hope you are staying safe through this pandemic, and I can't wait to get started. Aloha, and see y'all soon. Go Bears.
Cal family, what's going on? This is Akili Calhoun from Liberty High School in Brentwood, California. I'm fired up to get us started with the Cal family. Go Bears.
What's up, Cal fam? This is Bastion Swinney from Edina High School in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Fired up to join this Cal football team. Go Bears.
Hey Cal fans, this is Hunter Barr from Queen Creek High School in Arizona. I'm excited to be part of the Cal family and I can't wait to get to work. I'll see you soon. Go Bears.
What's up, Cal family? It's Moses Oluwafemi Ladejo here, reporting from Elk Grove, California. Fired up, man. Can't wait to get it official. And let's stay safe, stay masked up, man. Let's get it. Go Bears.
Cal fans, what's up? This is Kai Milner from Hickley High School in Gilbert, Arizona. Fired up to join the Cal family. Can't wait to get out there. See you soon, and go Bears.
Hey Cal family, this is Lumaja Hearns from De La Salle, California. Can't wait to get started with the Cal family. Go Bears.
What's up, Cal Berkeley? This is Nate Rocchina from Monte Vista High School in Danville, California. Super excited to be joining the team this year and can't wait to get things rocking and rolling. Go Bears.
Cal family, what's up? This is Patrick Histotaki from Westview High School up in Portland, Oregon. Hope you all are doing well and staying safe during this quarantine. I'm so fired up to be a part of this family. Go Bears.
Cal fam, what's good? This is Maven Anderson out of Mission Viejo High School, Mission Viejo, California. Can't wait to get up there and turn things up in the Bay, baby. Go Bears.
Cal fans, it's Dylan Gemtigard out of Yelm High School in Yelm, Washington, and I am absolutely ecstatic to be becoming part of this Cal family. Can't wait to see you all soon, but in the meantime, go Bears!
What's up, Cal family? This is Kalecki Lattu from Jesuit High School in Sacramento, California. Fired up to join the Cal family. See you soon. Can't wait to get started. Go Bears!
What's up, Cal family? It's Derek Wilkins from Santa Margarita Catholic High School in Irvine, California. I can't wait to get up to Berkeley and start working and join the Cal family, man. Go Bears.
What's up, Cal fans? Caleb Higgins here from Folsom, California. Fired up to join the Cal family and excited to get out there in the springtime. As always, go Bears.
What's going on, Cal fam? J. Michael Sturdivant here from Flower Mound, Texas. I can't wait to get on campus and get this thing rolling. Go Golden Bears.
Yo, what's good, Cal fans? It's your boy, Caleb B. Wamzor, a.k.a. KJ, yo. Really pumped up, really fired up to be signing with the Cal Bear family. I mean, it's been long awaited, long due. But I mean, I can't wait to get out the field, get out there, work with the guys, and just start practicing. Can't wait till we can fill up the stadium with more fans next season. Go Bears.
What's going on, Cal fans? Mary Terry here, just checking in with y'all. Can't wait to be a Golden Bear, ready to get to work.
What's up, Cal family? This is Yele. I play outside linebacker and defensive line, and I'm excited to join the Cal family. Man, I'm just excited for this journey. Go Bears.
Just some of the new faces here, and happy to celebrate Cal Athletic Signing Day. For those of you that don't know, we're going to have some of those recruits, I'm sure, are watching this video here tonight. I am Mike Pulaski, former quarterback, University of California. My team was number 7 in the country and have a big winning tradition. From me as a former player to all of you, welcome to the family, welcome to Cal. Now we're going to move on. We did not see all the players, but we will see them later on as the coaches break down film. But first, we want to hear from Director of Athletics, University of California, Jim Knowlton, who has done a fantastic job steering the ship during this rough time.
Mike, thanks. Thanks for what you do, and we appreciate you taking on the MC duties tonight. It's always great to have you, and certainly for everybody here tonight, thanks for joining us. And I see there's 680 plus joining us, and obviously some of our recruits as well. And really everyone from the Cal family. So we're excited. And after watching that video of our incoming class, I'm ready to get this thing started. This is exciting, and I can't wait to get going. I can tell you, Memorial Stadium is not the same without you. And your cutouts are great, but it's not the same as you. And we certainly missed you this year in the Memorial Stadium. Lots going on in the last 11 months. You watched our football team play, and I can tell you, I couldn't be prouder of our coaching staff, of our student athletes, our support staff, because it was not easy. It was challenging every single day, and it was a roller coaster. There was the ups and the downs of trying to make this thing work. And I think above all else, our student athletes were safe. We ran a very, very strict protocol throughout, and I couldn't be more proud of everybody involved, especially our student athletes who have been so resilient and have worked so hard to continue to be prepared each and every weekend. And so we're excited. We're excited now because we have, our football team back. We have all 30 of our sports back on campus now, strict testing protocols, and we already have some teams that are competing and winning and beating, our friends down south. And so we're excited as we get this spring season started, which doesn't look like anything we've ever done before with 30 sports at the same time. But again, we've got lots of people who have lended a hand and are really making this work for us. And so I am really, really grateful for everybody that is helping us get this done. I think tonight we really are excited to have such a great lineup with our coaching staff and one of our legends, as well as just a great group of people talking to you. And we're so thrilled that you joined us and spent some time tonight with us. And so, as I like to do, I'd love to do a trivia quiz. And here's how it's going to work. We're going to throw it up on the screen, and you answer the questions, and then afterwards we'll capture all the answers, and there'll be 3 grand prizes that we'll send out to 3 folks that got them all right the soonest. So I think this will be fun, and we'll certainly enjoy some time together doing it. So first trivia question: 29 former Cal Bears have captured 37 Super Bowl rings. Even though we will not have a player on the field at Super Bowl this Sunday, we do have one former player affiliated with one of the 2 teams. Who is it? Mike, do you know that one?
I do know that one, but I'm not going to answer it because the people out there have to get this answer right. I'm sure we have a lot of astute Cal fans that understand and know who is involved in this process.
Yeah, I'm always amazed at how much trivia and how much information our Cal fans know, and it's so great to see.
I learn new football facts about Cal every single season in the fall, which is why I love seeing our fans so much when they're at the stadium. Look forward to seeing them again next fall.
All right, so we had 78% got that answer right. Mitchell Schwartz of the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, if you're 1-0 so far, you're still in the hunt. All right, next question. Our recruiting class is ranked as high as number 25 nationally. I actually think it's ranked as high as number 20 or in the top 20 nationally. When was the last time our class was ranked that high?
I know this one too. I have to know this one to do the radio though, so I have to have the inside information. Plus I have notes about tonight, so it makes it easier for me.
Yeah, I feel pretty good because I've got the answers in front of me. So I think I'm getting 100 too. All right. Wow. Only 23%. Oh, no, I'm sorry. 50% got it right.
All right. So we're broken down the field a little bit, though.
Yeah. Well done. All right. Next question. Because of the COVID pandemic, none of our football student athletes used the season of eligibility in 2020. How many 2020 seniors have decided to return for the 2021 season?
And this is a big one right there. Experience at the college level is huge. So having some of these seniors come back, being part of the team, staying and part of the flow of the team is going to be a big difference maker.
And I would say this is hopefully a question that Coach Wilcox will talk about, some of these some of these returning players because they're going to make a huge difference. All right, 37%. Well done, 10. And they are some superstars, and we're excited to have them back. And I know Coach will share that. Which of the other five Pac-12 North teams has Cal not beaten? Which of the Pac-12 North teams has Cal not beaten in the last 3 years?
I know Cal fans are going to get this one.
Yeah, everyone's going to get this one right.
That's right.
There
you
awesome.
go.
89%. I love it. I love it. All right, last question. What season did Lorenzo Alexander earn both second team All-Pro and Pro Bowl defensive MVP honors? Now, I know Lorenzo would get this right.
He would definitely get this right. We're going to have Lorenzo coming up here shortly, so you better get this right.
Whoa, 31%, 2008. Well done for all of those that got it right. We'll be in touch with 3 of you within the next couple days. And for everybody else, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate all your support, all you do for the Cal family, and go Bears.
Thank you, Jim. As you know at home, a year like this takes leadership. Jim's leadership for the Cal Athletic Department this year has been absolutely fantastic. Needing somebody there to steer the ship, as I said earlier, and Jim has been that guy. And so leadership instrumental during a time like this has been fantastic. You set the tone. Winning is not just about X's and O's. It's not just about personnel. It's about the chemistry that you set as well. And so Jim setting the chemistry in the athletic department. And then, of course, our head coach setting the chemistry for the team, the tone, the tempo, everything else that you have to have a winning program. A big thing about signing day, people are always looking at how people performed in school, and it's all about rankings. But most of all, it's about how you feel players will fit with your team. Coach Justin Wilcox, I know, very happy with this recruiting class, and he's going to talk to you about it right now.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us. It's great to feel that virtual support. We're looking forward to seeing all of you in person sooner rather than later. I'll give you a quick update on Cal football and then talk about what we're here to celebrate, and that's the recruiting class of 2021. We are back in the building. Maybe not quite all the way in the building, but we're back at it. The players are back on campus. The coaches, we are back in here doing virtual work with each other. We started our off-season program a couple weeks ago. The players are taking their virtual classes. We just were able to move in and start working out in the weight room in cohorts of about 25 players at a time, which has been great. You can see the excitement in their faces, being able to come back inside and work out with their teammates. We're looking forward to a great winter with our team, and then we'll prepare to get ready for spring ball, which we anticipate starting sometime in March. And some of that will be determined moving forward here as we get a little more information as we navigate the pandemic. But we have a great group of guys coming back. As we mentioned before, 10 of our seniors who have decided to join us for a super senior year. Some really good players in that group, which will provide us not only good play and experience, but also some great leadership on and off the field. I know the players and the team, and we all felt like last year it was a season like no other. We felt like we had some good moments. We had some tough moments. We are thankful for the support we got from Jim Knowlton and the university to allow us to get a chance to play some of those games under some unique and difficult circumstances. But really proud of how the guys hung together and during some very difficult times for everybody out there. And the chance to just go out and play as a team was a special one, although we didn't get the results that we all wanted. We are really eager to get started again on 2021. We feel like we have a really good team. We got some experience coming back on both sides of the ball. We've added some talent really in all position groups, and which will make it more competitive as we move forward. And I think I can speak for the coaches and the support staff in the program that we're very, very thankful to even be here. We know how difficult this has been for many of you outside of our building. And so we appreciate your support and all the goodwill you've been sending us. But tonight we're here to talk about recruiting. And in order to get this done in a unique time, it took a lot of people. We were able to sign 21 players, 13 on defense, 8 on offense, 9 of which are already here. There's some very, very talented players in this group. I think as a whole, probably the biggest and fastest out of the classes that we signed since we've been here. We would expect some of these guys to come in and compete right away for playing time, although nothing will be guaranteed. We think there's some guys who have the ability to do that. Also want to make note that the GPA, the average GPA of this class is about a 3.5. Every single guy in the class is a 3.0 GPA or higher. So they're obviously very serious students, which we take a lot of pride in here, and we think will add to the culture that we've built here at Cal. In order to sign a class like this in a unique time, you can imagine without the official visits and some of the things that we're used to, we really had to lean on some great support. And our recruiting staff, obviously the coaches who did a phenomenal job throughout this process of engaging players and their families. But we have a staff here that helps us tremendously with Benji, Zach Boshin, Derek Haithcock, our man Norm, BMAC, and Sloan, part of our recruiting staff who just do an unbelievable job of engaging the families and the parents. And during a time like this, when all of this is virtual, also educating us less savvy people on how to recruit virtually. So as we went through this process, we used virtual visits, and obviously Zoom was a major platform. We also had a ton of great video content and graphics where we could kind of explain the university, because not every student got to be on campus, which is just unheard of. There's guys in our signing class who never really got to come see it. So fortunately, a good amount of them were here about a year ago during our junior days, and some of these times, the 2019 season. So they'd seen games, but we got a ton of support from our recruiting staff and building and developing some virtual visits. And our coaches did a great job of developing relationships, over the phone and over Zoom. And it was, I think, new for all of us in a lot of ways. And we will also take some of that with us as we move forward. I mean, our virtual visits and some of these platforms that were used, they'll never replace in-person interaction, but it's something we will definitely use as a tool moving forward. So even though it was difficult and new for all of us, there was also a silver lining in finding some different ways to recruit as we move into the future. We're eager to get these guys on campus. As I mentioned before, 9 of them are already here engaging in winter workouts. We'll welcome the rest of them this summer, and we anticipate being full go by then with our fingers crossed that we'll get some good news in terms of the pandemic and vaccines and things that will allow us to have a more normal summer and fall. But really, really ecstatic about this class. We have really a full defense, got some really good size and athleticism there. Offensively, feel really good about the tight ends and the O-linemen, the 2 receivers, a very talented quarterback. So I'm going to let the offensive and defensive coordinators, Bill Musgrave and Peter Sermon, talk a little more in depth about the players on offense and defense. And I'll join you a little bit later. But again, thank you for all of your support throughout these times. And we are really looking forward to a big 2021. So go Bears.
Thanks, Coach. And we'll have Coach back on in just a second for a little Q&A. But like you said, we have both of the coordinators coming up here to talk about the players that they're bringing in this recruiting class. I want to say, Justin, as a head coach, fantastic job leading the ship as well in that football department. But you have to have a staff around you. He mentioned the support staff that's been supporting him, being able to analyze, implement, and overcome the situation at hand for recruiting. But your coaching staff as well, incredibly important. And two of the best coaches in college football this year, our coordinators here, it's Bill Musgrave and Peter Sermon are going to take it away with the video, talk about our new recruits.
All right, thanks, Mike. We're going to start with offense. I'm Bill Musgrave, and we're excited about these 8 guys that are part of our 2021 class. As Justin talked about, there's 3 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers, and a quarterback. And you'll notice from these clips that are going to come up that these guys are driven. They've got determination. They know how to finish. And obviously, they're going to be great students, and they're also very team-oriented people. So, we're excited to get them. A few of those guys are already here. We'll see the rest of them when they arrive there in June. But we'll start with the O-line. There's 3 guys in this class. The first one, local guy, Ryan Lang. You'll see him playing some left tackle here at Pittsburgh. He is a finisher. I would categorize Ryan as a mauler. He mauls defenders. He's a big fella. He can block out the sun when he works up to that second level. Those linebackers, little guys like Lorenzo Alexander, they won't even know if it's night or day. They won't even be able to see the sun. But you can see how Ryan finishes. His effort is impeccable. He'll fit in with our group. Our group of O-line is a tremendous workhorse group. Their work ethic, and they're the engine to our offense. The line is the engine, and Ryan will be an important component to that. The next guy is Bastion Swinney. So Bastion's from Minnesota. And you'll see Bastion is athletic now. He can move. He's a big guy. He's tall. He's got length. And he can redirect on these little linebackers that try to play Olay defense. He gets them. Pass protection-wise, he's got long arms. He can anticipate a defender's moves. He's just got great savvy. So Bastion and both Ryan are here on campus, and they enrolled, of course, back in January. So they're working every day, of course, with our existing players. So we're excited about Bastion coming all the way from the Twin Cities up there in Minnesota, and he's going to, have an outstanding career. He's just a huge addition. Dylan Gemtigard is our third O-lineman, and Dylan will be here in June. He's from the state of Washington. Love Dylan's approach. He is out to really maul people, okay? 25 years ago, you'd say he's out to hurt and maim people. We don't say that in football anymore, but he's out there to make sure that the defense feels him. So he's going to make defenders feel that they're being blocked. He's going to finish. He's going to give them maybe a little something extra and push that envelope. We love Dylan's approach. His approach, is what we're all about. We like to impose our will on offense, and we had 4 games to get in that type of sync to get that done in 2020, and we're looking forward to building on those lessons in 2021. 2 tight ends. First one, Jermaine Terry from right here, Kennedy High School, Richmond. Great background with Jermaine. He's going to be able to catch the ball from the tight end position. We'll split him out like they did at Kennedy, throw it to him and let him do his thing. He's tough to tackle. Very rarely does the first defender get him down. He goes up and over him. He runs through him. He makes a miss. And then if we throw it up in the air, he'll go up and take it off the top shelf. So we're excited about Jermaine. We'll put him in line, which means line him up next to a tackle, put him in a 3-point stance, and let him block as well. So to have Jermaine in the fold and also have him here already in January is going to be a big plus. He'll get plenty of turns in spring ball, as Justin said, up here in March, and that'll be great. Our second tight end, Kalecki Lattu from Sacramento, is an incredible football player. You're going to see clips of him playing offense here, playing defense. When you have a guy like Kalecki, he's 6'6", long arms, has great eye-hand coordination. He knows when he's on special teams. He knows how to tackle and get the ball out. He's going to block field goals, block punts. He's going to play offense. He's going to block for us like an inline tight end, and then we're going to throw the ball to him as well. But you'll see these clips. Somebody like Kalecki, we just got to get him on the team. Fortunately, he's on the team, and he's going to do a great job for us in a variety of facets. The quarterback in this class is from Phoenix, and Kai Milner went to Higley High School. You've seen Kai on ESPN, especially there at the end of November when he had the play of the year with the throw the wedding bouquet over his head 2-point conversion as Higley won their last game. He's a very slippery player. Very few guys get a clean shot on Kai when he's running, when he's in the pocket. He has a sixth sense to him, and eyes in the back of his head. So he can feel when to move in the pocket, feel when to take off. He can drive the ball. He can give it air. He can throw on the run, as you're seeing right now. So we're excited about adding Kai to the quarterback room, and he'll be here in June. He's going to be, a great Cal Bear because he's team-oriented. And when the ball's in his hands, good things happen. So super to have Kai in the fold. Our two wide receivers are unique. Okay, Maven Anderson from Mission Viejo, bigger guy, thick. Okay, will block people, will be tough to tackle. You can see in this clip, he's again got great instincts. He's a technician. He knows where the ball's supposed to go, whether it's in his inside or outside arm. He's technically sound. He's fundamentally strong with his fundamentals, and he's going to be great at our flanker spot. Our flanker spot goes in motion a bunch, and Maven will be good at blocking strong safeties, catching contested balls, running down the seam like he did at Mission Viejo. So Maven will be a typical flanker where you'll see him, doing some of the dirty work that's required from the receiver position, but also, of course, making great plays. The quarterbacks will trust him. Our split end in the group is J. Mike. So J. Mike Sturdivant, J. Michael is from Texas, and you'll see this catch right here is the epitome of taking the ball off the top shelf. Tall, long, can run, can change direction, can make the difficult catch. You can see here where Doug Nussmeier's son is scrambling around right here and finds J. Mike. He's got terrific instincts. He catches the ball, keeps his feet, can accelerate and score. An outstanding student, not only of football, but also in the classroom. He just does everything right, whether he's on the field or off the field. We're excited for J. Mike to be, part of the Cal Bears. So we're really entering probably another golden age of receiver play here at Cal. We've had a number of them all the way back to Wesley Walker, of course, and other people, but it's been a great, entry for me. As Mike said, I've been around now for almost a year and I've really enjoyed it. We had 4 games, of course, to really lay the foundation. Now we can apply those lessons learned as we go to 2021 and integrate these 2021 class, of course, with our existing offense. So very exciting time. Thank you for letting me join you tonight. Next up will be defense with Peter Sermon, and Pete will talk about his 13 guys that he's got coming in, and we're all looking forward to that.
Thanks, Bill. That was very entertaining. I hope I can follow that up. It felt like I was watching the ESPN production right there. But again, what we're looking for on defense, and I think what we found in this class offered a lot of versatility in the front of the defensive line, and continue to keep good size at linebacker, and then sign some guys that can play several different positions back there in the secondary to keep the versatility and to be able to play as many fronts and coverages as necessary for the conference. So I am going to get this video going here, and love to start with the D-line. So we have 12 guys signed. We're going to start with Kalecki Calhoun. So again, the front guys that we signed this year, you're going to see them play on the edge of their high schools, okay, of the defensive line. What they do really well, though, is they're extremely physical. All of them are about 6'3", 6'4", 250 to 270. They're that type of player that we're looking for that can play a 3 technique, a 4 technique, a 5 technique. Some of these guys we're going to even ask to stand up and maybe play some outside linebacker against bigger personnel. All of them in high school did a great job of rushing the quarterback. You see Kalecki right here, very athletic. He's dominant when he finishes plays, and then transition into Miles. Another type of versatile athlete. You see him coming off the edge right there, showing great burst. All of our guys on defense were looking to play with great effort to outwork the opponent and have that mindset. Again, another time off the edge, working a very nice, dipping that shoulder, bending the edge. Another opportunity of him playing off the edge, shrugging, on a secondary move, knocking the quarterback down there, Bill. You don't like seeing that. Great first step on an inside move for a big person, disruptive, tackle for loss, and another one, chasing it all the way down from the backside as an unblocked player. Another opportunity, showing great first step burst. Derek Wilkins, really excited about him coming from Santa Margarita, playing an interior player here. Great rush from the 3 technique, which is not an easy task. But again, you see these guys playing with great energy, winning their one-on-ones. Another disruptive pass rush right there as a speed rush, making huge impacts on the game here from both of them. Great knockback get off right there. You saw him disrupt that run right at him there and be able to play off the inside pad of the tackle. And we'll see some more of that. Another great first step, which makes these guys very challenging to block with these types of get-offs. Just more and more disruptive plays, tackles for losses, which is great to see from that defensive line position. KJ EO, you saw him on the video. Local parent, his mom was a Cal Bear, and you see him playing outside linebacker again. And the burst off the ball. Had a great conversation with KJ EO today, actually, and was sharing what we're going to do defensively with him. And you see him being very disruptive, winning on the edge, sacking the quarterback, knocking the ball out. Another first step. You see the quickness. All these guys that we've seen so far are doing a great job of having that first step quickness, which when you're on the line of scrimmage, it makes it really hard for those big guys that Coach Musgrave was talking about, guys that block out the sun. It's a good matchup for us when we want to move our defensive line to try to create some negative plays. Patrick Histotaki, another versatile big guy. You see him playing on the edge right here. We think he can play outside linebacker. We think he can play a 5 technique. We think he can play a 9 technique. You see him playing a lot in a 2-point stance here. And again, being very disruptive in the backfield, a hard guy to block. But then you see him also out here in this, we call this overhang position. You see a 255-pound man running around there, backpedaling and dropping in coverage. And then on a secondary move, getting up to the level of the quarterback and being able to have a secondary move and come back and retrace his steps. And then here you see him just winning with speed on the edge. So those are really exciting things. Yele Moore, okay, so we signed him today. So it was, we signed 19 guys in that December signing period. And Yele is from New Zealand at Bosco High School. And this was something that I think Coach Browning, our defensive line coach, did a really nice job of continuing the recruiting process in the situation that we didn't have any senior film. And this is a player that we feel has a lot of growth and a big future. We like how he plays. We like the rawness of his game, being an inexperienced player, but he has the physical tools, and we believe the right mentality to come in and make a big impact. Moses Alideo, okay, from Consumous Oaks. He's going to play inside linebacker for us. You see him on the edge in high school. Again, being very disruptive, which is a theme of all these defensive players that we see. Guys that can win one-on-one matchups, guys that can defeat blocks, and Moses really loved his enthusiasm for being a Cal Bear. He wanted to be a Cal Bear from the first time he was here on junior day, and he put forth a lot of great effort to make sure that was something that could happen. And it's a really neat opportunity for us to get him and for him to be at his dream school. And we're really looking forward to what he's going to be. Nate Rocchina from Monte Vista High School. Nate, I had the opportunity of watching Nate a whole bunch. He was going to the same high school as 2 of my daughters. So there was a lot of high school football that I got to see of Nate. He played wide receiver. He returned kicks. In this film, you'll see him playing outside linebacker, playing safety. Love his physicality right there. He's very athletic. Running around was never an issue for him. And we will continue to develop him with some of the finer points of playing defense full time, because he played every single snap for Monta Vista. So you see him striking off blocks. You see all the necessary mental intangibles you want to see for a defensive player, just being relentless, chasing things down, and then having the opportunity to finish. Hunter Barth, now we're going to transition into the secondary. Hunter's on campus with us right now. So you see him in this, you see obviously a great hitter, but you'll see him play some corner. You'll see him transition and be able to play the ball in the air. So again, this is where we're headed in terms of the secondary. Guys that have the ability to play in coverage, that are more than willing tacklers when they come down as a safety and support, or we blitz them off the edge. You see him in this situation, playing corner and being able to go up and high point the ball and play the ball in the air. Another shot, him coming downhill, playing physical, getting involved in a tackle for loss. So he's got great size, and it's fun to watch him work out with our guys now. This is Lou Hearns from De La Salle. Lou does a great job here when you evaluate his film. He has really, really good ball skills. He runs effortlessly, and he finishes plays well. And those are things, the traits that we're looking for at the corner position of when the ball is in the air. We need to be competitive and be able to take that ball away. And some of these balls, when the quarterback's not perfect with the ball, we need to make him pay. And Lou's going to give us those skills to be able to do that. You see him, you got great feel for the game right there. All right, with his eyes back and be able to finish that errant throw. Caleb Higgins from Folsom. Caleb is a prototype in size of playing corner as the outside player. Caleb is a great worker. He's here as well on campus already, and we're really looking forward to what his body's going to continue to develop into. You see his skills all over the field, and then this is great effort. Takes a great angle. He's the touchdown saver. See him running past everybody on the field, and that gave us a glimpse of what his top end, his burst is. And then you see him playing some press man. Is able to defeat a contested or a ball there, does a great job of putting a body on a body and be able to finish. And then you see the speed, you see the cover ability, and then you see the finish ability to tackle. Fatuvalu, Eric, we'll call him Eric. So his older brother, Muelu, is playing inside linebacker for us. So again, this was one of those opportunities when we were recruiting Muelu over on the island. I had an opportunity of seeing Eric firsthand as a youngster, and knew at the time when he was a youngster, he was going to be a player that we wanted on our team. And as through the process, Coach Yates did a great job of building a relationship with Eric and making sure that we take nothing for granted in this process. Just because Muelo's here, we need to make sure that we're unique in how we recruit Eric. You see him play all over the field. You're going to see him play safety. You're going to see him play some nickel for us. And again, when the ball is in the air, we have to be able to be competitive and win those 50-50 balls, or be able to take them away when it's not a perfect throw. So the future is good. The future is bright. Continue to have the versatility on defense and continue building on what we've already done.
Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Bill. A fantastic class coming in. Boy, there were some dudes getting off the ball on that film, and I love the huddle highlights to bring us back there. Now we're going to bring Coach Wilcox back on real quick, talk about this recruiting class and what he sees going forward. Obviously, a huge piece of recruiting is to rebuild the program, to fill spots, to fill needs. And a huge part of it is building the program as an overall, setting the base. Coach, where did this recruiting class fill in terms of filling needs that you had this year?
Well, we went into it thinking it was going to be a really balanced class in terms of the numbers on offense and defense. We took a few more on defense just based out of need, but we really tried to stay balanced at each position. And I think when you look at it, we essentially did that with O-linemen, tight ends, a quarterback, D-linemen, linebackers, DBs. So we really felt like, as a foundation, we kind of just upgraded each position, and it's going to be more and more competitive. We think they got a lot of talent, which, obviously is where we want to start. And now it's about developing that talent. So going couldn't be more thrilled to have these guys join us. As we mentioned before, 9 of them are already on campus and working hard, and we'll look forward to the rest of them getting here in June.
And Coach Sermon was talking about that get off those defensive linemen. There was some explosiveness up front. That's one of the huge keys that you need for those athletes up front. And also the defensive back's best friend. Talk about what a difference maker that defensive line makes for the overall defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And great defenses, you got to play great up front. I don't know that I've ever seen a great defense that didn't play with a great defensive front. And we know how important that is. We know it starts there, and we got to have size, but we have to have some explosiveness. And I think when you watch the tape of this group, we have some good size at defensive line. These guys have good size, but I think the get off and the explosiveness and the making plays in the backfield and beating one-on-one blocks consistently, that was evident. And those guys will still have a lot to learn, but Andrew Browning is as good as anybody, and he'll get those guys working. And we really like their competitiveness. We like the traits that they have, and they're going to come in and provide us, some depth in a position where we don't have a ton of depth right now at defensive line.
And now the recruits aren't the only new faces on campus, though, either. We also have a couple new coaches in the house that are going to be mentor to these young football players. Talk about the new coaches on the staff.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, we were able to bring in Brian Johnson to be our head strength and conditioning coach. Coach Beckton, Torrey Beckton, who was with us for a number of years here, was great for our program, and we love him. He took an opportunity that was better for him and his family, and we were really, really fortunate to be able to hire Brian Johnson. He came highly recommended from a number of people. He spent time in different conferences. He spent time in college and the NFL. I spoke to, I don't know how many dozens of people about Brian, and he and I had a great Zoom conversation. Then he was able to meet with our staff, and we spent a bunch of time with him. And then I actually had Brian talk to a number of our players. And, we went through the process with there was a bunch of candidates who were interested in the position, which is always a good thing. But after we went through the process, it was evident that we really we're focused in on trying to get Brian to join us. And he got here and has hired a staff and has really got us off on the right foot. And our players are really enjoying the first couple of weeks of workouts. Of course, it's going to be hard at times, like it always will be, but really thrilled to have Brian with us. Next up is Keith Hayward. So Keith Hayward joins us. Keith and a lot of our staff have known each other for a long, long time. Keith played a few years ago at Oregon State, was a very, very good player, and then has been coaching since a number of different stops and coached different positions. He has a diverse background in coaching. He is an excellent recruiter. And the reason he's an excellent recruiter is because he's an unbelievable person. Keith is very, very personable. He's an extremely hard worker. He's as smart as they come. And I've known him for a really long time. And all of us here, when we had the opportunity to hire Keith, it was just an absolute slam dunk. And we are fortunate, Cal is fortunate, I am, that Keith's joined us, just like Brian, and making our program better.
Well, I appreciate it, Coach. We'll see you for closing remarks in just a little bit, but excited about all the new faces on campus. Right now, though, we're going to talk to a legend in Cal football history, gentleman that was a defensive lineman when he played at Cal, ended up playing that linebacker spot when he got to the league, but a guy who made a name for himself up front on defense for the Bears, and then went on to overcome some adversity in the NFL, but make a name for himself in the NFL as well, and that's Lorenzo Alexander.
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing today?
Good, man. How are you? It's good to have you here. Good to have you with the Cal family, of course, back in the program. You're looking a little lighter these days than you did back in your NFL days.
Yeah, I'm a lot lighter. This is kind of the trajectory my career path took, going undrafted, being on some practice squads and having to do a lot of the dirty work as far as getting guys ready. Just over that time, just got further and further away from the ball, and I had to lose the weight in order to be able to, kind of live or fulfill that position at the highest level. And so that's kind of
no doubt about it. Talk to me about your signing day when you were at Cal. I remember mine. It was February 5th. We were in my school's office, right? Back then it was pen to paper in the office everybody on board. Coach comes and visit. What was your signing day like?
Very similar. You know, I'm a bridge guy, but I'm still on the other side where I relate more to Generation X and these millennials. So mine was pen and paper as well. You know, I went to St. Mary's College High School there in Albany / Berkeley, depending on what side of the campus you're on. And I just remember being in the office with Dan Shaughnessy, who's our head coach, my uncle Stephen Moore, who played a huge role in my life growing up, and my mom, and just signing it with those individuals as well with some of my teammates that would also go into some other places. So it was a real special moment, a lot of work that paid off, you know, with the group of guys that I kind of came up with in high school, as long as my uncle and my mom too. So it was a proud moment to be able to earn a scholarship to go to Cal.
A lot of great players coming out of St. Mary's High School. One of my teammates, Michael Davis, was a St. Mary's High School grad as well. And so a lot of them coming through that Berkeley program. What was it like for you as a local to play at Cal?
It was great. You know, my mom and my uncle, you know, the family got to come to a lot of the games. We used to have a lot of cousins come up. And so that was one of the benefits, you know, being a hometown kid and staying local. You know, got to go home and eat on the weekends and get to hang out with my people. So I really enjoyed it. Always had a cheering section, you know, win or lose, you know, always had the family after the game to be able to talk to and connect with and keep up with people. So it really helped me just continue to be able to play well, because I think that's one of the hardest things as you transition out of high school is having that foundation and having really that compass to keep you grounded. And they definitely did it. And I'm glad that I was able to stay home right there in my backyard and obviously go to one of the number one public university in the country, get a great education, play great ball, and have my family there to support me along the way.
Well, that's a great point. These new players coming in, new Cal family, you know, coming in, that transition from high school to Cal, the finest public university in the world. It's a huge transition. It's an experience and it's a challenge. Talk about the challenge at Cal and how that helped you out in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I mean, because not only are you trying to physically transition, you know, playing ball, and now you're technically playing with grown men, you know, 22, 23. I remember playing BYU my first year as a freshman, and they had these guys that went on mission and they coming back and they're 25. And so just physically going through that transition, you know, obviously it's more of a business because now you have a scholarship and some of the things that it means at the college level. And so those pressures of being a 5-star athlete and coming in, you have to produce there, but then also having that requirement as well as to excel at a high level in the classroom, because Cal is probably no more for our academic and our scholars and what they bring to the world than probably football at the time. And obviously a lot of that has changed and we've had our times, but it was a significant shift for me. I think St. Mary's got me ready, but just to be able to handle some of that course workload, you know, dealing with the curve in some of my classes, because I came in wanting to be an engineer. It was a struggle. And so I had to figure out the ebbs and flows and really find balance in my life, which really helped me once I got to the NFL of finding that balance of, you know, being a father, being a husband, my social life, playing ball and what all that meant, being in the community. Cal really set me up for that because there was no shortcuts. You know, I had to do my work. I had to go out there, play ball, and then figure out where everything else went together. And that was a struggle, you know, being a young man, 18, but I had great coaches, great teammates that I'm still really close to today, that we have lifelong bonds that helped me through that process, whether it was a guy like Nandi Alsawal or Tully Banacane or young guys like a Justin Forsett or Brandon Meebane. We all cut on each other and work together, and we still have great friendships today. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things I took from it and was able to transition those lessons learned into the NFL.
Dropping some pretty big names there, boy. You had some really talented teammates. I got to tell you, those dudes could ball. Talk about everybody's NFL experience is different. Everybody's pro experience is different, right? Some people have the easy path, first round pick, work their way through. Some guys, undrafted free agents, find a home, find a way to make it work. You were the latter. Talk about your experience.
Yeah, it was hard. You know, mentally tough. I mean, most of us, you get a scholarship to Cal and you have an opportunity to play in the NFL. You've been the man your entire life for the most part. Pop Warner, high school, college, and now you hit a wall where you're told that you're not good enough or you're inadequate in some areas. And so, how do you handle that? You know, a lot of us are prideful, you know, very competitive, but it really placed a great seed of humility in my life that really carried me throughout my career of figuring out how can I be better? How can I fit that mold? What could I looking to myself and figure out where I could get better, whether it was technique, fundamentals, taking care of my body off the field, learning the scheme, getting with veterans, just always consistently learning. And so I'm glad and grateful for my humble beginnings in the NFL, because it really set me up to never take anything for granted, always have a growth mindset as far as my process. And then it allowed me to develop a certain skill set, whether I was playing defensive line, offensive line, linebacker, played a little bit of fullback, dominated on special teams a little bit. And so it gave me a great perspective of the game, a knowledge of the game that I don't think most guys get. And so even later in my career, when I may have slowed down a little bit, I still had a great wealth of knowledge of the game. And so I was still able to make a lot of plays. And so very thankful for that, because it did settle me and made me focus a little bit more on what needed to be done in order to sustain a career in the NFL.
And obviously you ended up having a great career in the NFL, All-Pro nomination, Pro Bowls, Pro Bowl MVP. What are you doing now?
Well, right now I'm back in Phoenix, Arizona. I played here for a couple of years, and I'm with my family. I've been married for 13 years to my beautiful wife, Manjanique. I have 4 kids. One that just graduated from GCU with her master's, and then I have 12, 10, and 6 at the house. 1 girl, 2 boys, and they're both very active, or all 3 of them are very active. And so I'm just a dad running around with them, coaching them in flag. But I'm also still giving back to the community. I was fortunate enough in the league to be around some great community service people, both players and organizations, and fortunate enough to be named Walter Payton Man of the Year a couple of times. So I'm still living with that same spirit as far as serving the area that I live in. And so I've partnered up with a couple of groups here with my foundation, Lorenzo Alexander ACES Foundation, to really help impact underserved communities in South Phoenix that really, in a lot of ways, is very similar to Oakland, kind of where I grew up in East Oakland, in similar demographics, kids, socioeconomic groups. And so just trying to leverage my relationships and resources to really help them amongst, obviously having family first. But then I'm also coaching Exos, these draft kids coming out, because Exos is a big training facility out here, and also doing some media. So I'm all over the place, doing a lot of different things, but having a lot of fun.
That is classic Cal guy, though, the Renaissance man. You are the Renaissance Cal man, so that's fantastic. Where can people find a website to help you out on your projects if you got something going on right now?
Yeah, LorenzoAlexander.org. I'm actually starting a flag league, partner with the NFL Flag Initiative, and then we're also in the works of trying to develop a youth center here in Phoenix as well, to offer not only athletic services, but more so the character development, the financial fitness, the health services that a lot of these low-income minority communities need, especially our kids, to help develop them and give them tools to be great. And so you can find me at LorenzoAlexander.org. That's my ACES website. If you want to volunteer, if you want to talk. I also am still very prevalent in the Bay Area as well, and have partnerships with some high school teammates, Wheelo Sports, Bay Area Seminoles, and some other groups that are doing some great works. Hidden Genius, that's a STEM-based organization in the Bay Area that I work with. So I'm pretty much in Phoenix and in Oakland are kind of my 2 communities that I'm really focused on right now.
And the mentorship, so important for the young kids. Oftentimes it just takes that one person to tell them they can do something, right? To help them overcome those barriers. And that's the difference maker in their life. So fantastic that you're doing that. Proud of you, brother, as a former Cal guy. Appreciate you coming on tonight. Any recruits that are on this Zoom conference, this is what you can live up to as a Golden Bear. Lorenzo Alexander is a shining example. Thanks for coming on tonight.
I appreciate that. And to all the recruits and anybody, I'm always a resource. So feel free to reach out anytime. Wilcox, he was the linebacker coach when I was at Cal. So great connection there. And also Bill Musgrave. I played with him when I was with the Raiders. So we have a connection. I used to get his guys ready, blowing them up during the week of practice as a linebacker. So don't let him fool you like they were just mauling me or nothing.
Exactly right. Speaks the truth. That's right.
That's fantastic.
Appreciate you guys.
Good job, Zach. Thanks, man. Right now, we're going to bring Coach Wilcox back on for just a second. Closing remarks here before we shut this thing down.
Yeah, I'd just like to take a second and thank Lorenzo. I was just a lowly assistant when I think Lorenzo was just finishing up here, one of my first jobs, and he was a very impressive guy back then. Certainly as a player, and back in those days, he was playing D-line and a dominant player on some great teams. And then watching him throughout his career in the NFL, and what he's done as a player is obviously incredibly impressive, and being to Pro Bowls and all those things that he's done, but even more so just who he is off the field and the way he's supported others and his community. And Cal has a lot of great mentors and people to look up to that have been through here, and maybe none more impressive than Zoe. So really glad he could join us tonight, and appreciate him. And we at Cal are really, really proud of Lorenzo Alexander. So with that, really just want to thank all of you again for coming out and joining us virtually. We look forward to filling the stadium back up in the fall with our fingers crossed. The team is primed for a big off season. You know, when it comes to the weight room and spring practice, a lot of new faces joining us, some veterans that are coming back to finish off their career. We feel really, really good about our team. We got a veteran team. We think we've added some explosiveness to our roster throughout development and also recruiting. And now we just need some time to work together. Weight room, spring football, summer workouts, fall camp. The energy inside of our building and our team is really, really good. We got a strong bond amongst our players. They're navigating this pandemic as well as anybody could expect or hope. And we have very, very high expectations for ourselves this coming season. And regardless of any circumstance, we feel like we have the support needed. We have the players and staff needed to go out and have a very successful year. And that'll all be determined with what we do throughout this offseason, which we're ready to get going right now and work really hard at. So thank you so much for all that you do for Cal football, and look forward to seeing you in fall. Go Bears.
Thanks, Coach. And once again, thank you to everybody on this Zoom meeting here tonight. I want to remind you, obviously, it's been a tough year for everybody. The pandemic's been rough, and it's been tough on athletics around California. If you wanted to make a gift, the Friends of Cal Football Athletic Fund, we will be getting a link coming up here shortly. We do appreciate everything you do for Cal. Any donation you can make at this point to help out the football program, continue this recruiting success going forward, the great coaching hires, everything Cal football has going, we would truly appreciate it. I want to say thank you to everybody. Like I said, I miss seeing you all out there in the fall. I miss seeing Memorial Stadium full, and I'm looking forward to seeing you out this fall as well. Look for updates from Cal football in terms of spring ball coming up tonight. Thanks for joining us once again. I want to thank Jim Knowlton for coming out, head coach Justin Wilcox, Peter Sherman, Bill Musgrave, and of course, Lorenzo Alexander, a shining example of what Cal athletes can be. Thank you again for coming. I will talk to you guys this fall when football kicks off, and I'll see you then. Go Bears.
The bear would not quit. The bear would not die.
Strawberry Canyon's alive.
Cal is a better football team in almost every aspect of the game.
This is Bear territory.
Talk about excitement and drama to win a football game.
The most amazing, sensational, dramatic, heart-rending, exciting, thrilling finish in the history of college football, California.
That's Tony Gonzalez, the tight end.
The Bears are all celebrating.
What a pass from Jared Goff. Keenan Allen, touchdown Bears!
This is the man right here.